In this video I will be demonstrating this heart-shaped Tree of Life pendant with gemstone chip beads. I start with a 7-inch length of 1mm soft copper wire. I have a sketch to help me shape the heart. I want this heart to have a rounded base, so I'm using the largest setting on my bail pliers to bend the wires at the halfway point. I use the sketch as a reference as I bend the wire to shape. Trim the wires, leaving approximately a centimetre excess from where the wires cross over each other. Use round nose pliers to bend the wire ends inwards into small loops. Try to get the sides to match each other, but don't worry if it's not a perfect mirror image. I am now using a 12-inch length of soft copper wire. Bring the two ends together and cross them over each other. Keep pulling the ends apart until a small loop is created at the centre of the wire. Bend the wires to match the angle of the heart. I am weaving with 0.4mm copper wire. Find the centre of the weaving wire. Start weaving from where the wire crosses over. Wrap the weaving wire around the wire. At regular intervals, flip the wires to wrap from both sides. Wrap the wire until level with where the two wires meet. Wrap the two wires together. Wrap once around both wires. Wrap once around just the outer wire. Repeat. Flip the wires to weave both sides. When reaching the curved area of the heart, gently bend the outer wire to match the curve and continue weaving. I have woven to just past the highest point of the heart. Bend the wire upwards. Continue wrapping the weaving wire around just the outer wires. Where the wires meet, wrap each weaving wire around both wires and then around the nearest outer wire. I have 9 lengths of 0.2mm copper wire. Separate into 3 sets of 3. Take the first group of wires and make sure the ends line up. Wrap the bunch of wires around the bottom curve of the heart. Twist the wires together above the curved wire. Repeat with the other 2 sets of 3 wires. Twist the wires together to form the tree trunk. Separate the wires into 2 groups of 9. Start with the first group. Twist the wires together. Separate out 2 wires. Twist the 2 wires together a few times. Separate 2 wires and twist together with the rest of the bunch. Twist the 2 wires together. Separate 2 wires and twist together with the rest of the bunch. Twist the 2 wires together. Twist the remaining 3 wires together. Separate 1 wire and twist the other 2 wires together. Repeat the process with the other bunch of wires. I am using amethyst chip beads. Start from the top wire. Thread on some beads. And wrap the rest of the wire a couple of times around the bottom of the loop. I am threading the wire back down through the holes in the beads. Trim off the excess wire, taking care not to cut the branch wire. Take the next wire, thread on the beads. This and the rest of the branch wires are threaded through the frame between the two base wires. Bring the wire back to the front and thread it back through the frame. Repeat the process with the rest of the branches. I am using the end of my chain nose pliers to make bends in the exposed branches. At the back, the excess wires are removed by holding the wire near the base and rotating it until it breaks off. The wire should break off below the surface of the pendant and you should not be able to feel it. The bail wires should be bent away from each other at approximately a 45-degree angle. I am using 0.2mm wire to weave the bail. Start with the wire coming up between the two wires. Wrap twice around one of the wires, coming back up between the two wires. Wrap twice around the other wire, bringing the weaving wire back up between the two wires. Repeat the pattern, maintaining the gap between the two wires. I have woven for approximately ½ an inch, and now I am bending the wires back towards each other. Where the wires cross, bend them back away from each other. Continue the weave. At the back of the pendant, remove all the excess weaving wires. I am using this small screwdriver to help me shape the bail. Bend the bail over at the thickest part. Bend the unwoven wires around to the front and cross them over at the base of the bail. I trim a little off the wires, leaving approximately 1.5 inches. Use round nose pliers to start making a small loop at the end of the wires. Trim off a small amount from the very ends of the wires. Continue forming the loops. Switch to pliers with a flat nose to continue rolling up the wires to create a flat coil. This part is an optional extra. I have a length of 0.6mm copper wire. Leave an inch excess wire at the end and make a small loop. Thread on 3 beads. Bend the bottom of the wire below the beads. Loosely spiral the bottom wire around the beads to the top. Wrap this wire around below the loop. Trim off the excess and make sure that the cut end is tucked well in and can't be felt. That first excess inch of wire is threaded through the loop at the bottom of the pendant until it hangs from the loop at the top of the beads. Wrap the excess wire around below the loop. Trim and tuck in the cut ends. Thank you for watching. Please join me for my next video.